My name is Shreya Mathur and I'm basically from Mount Abu in Rajasthan. But I'm currently pursuing my undergraduate degree from Udaipur in food nutrition and dietetics. I have always participated in debates and I love writing. And I think this was a great platform for me to not only just showcase my ability but also bring out those stories that I would really like people to know. Apart from that, I am an NCC cadet. I just got done with my B certificate examination. So I am trying to increase my physical abilities as well.
So my next question to you is, Shreya, who is your Wonder Woman?
So my Wonder Woman is actually my house help. She has been my house help for 15 years and her name is Bhagwati Kanwar. And I think she is a representative of her section of society. I do not think her story is any kind of unique, but I definitely think it is special. And that is because there are women who go under these struggles every single day of their life.
Yeah.
And when these women do it on a daily basis, why can't you? And that is the fact why it is so inspiring and people need to know about it. It is so common that people neglect it. They often go unnoticed. Especially under financial conditions, my Wonder Woman undergoes struggles and she single-handedly handles them all. So I think that was remarkable according to me. And
please help us with more information about her, what she does. Of course, you think it's wonderful that you and I think this is a story of a kind. Of course, it would be as common as perspectives and idea what you think about her. So please help us about her, more information, what the journey has been about, and why have you made her Wonder Woman, and the struggles she has gone through, for which you made her your Wonder Woman.
Okay, then let us take it back to 1959 then. That was where she was born in Pinwada, Siroi. And that actually first 17 years of her life wouldn't be as hard as the later on life gets. For her, at the age of 17, she got married. 17 and a half, 18, she doesn't remember it perfectly well. But she gets married at a very tender age, as most of the people at that time did, and she got married to the oldest brother in the family. So she had to shoulder the responsibilities at a very young age, and she could not have child in the very later years of her life, and that was the reason she was asked to leave the house with her husband. And later on, when she finally conceived, they got to know it's a daughter, and daughter after daughter, she got 5 daughters. She has 5 daughters, and that is obviously looked down upon within her community. And everybody around her convinced her that if she does not have a son, that is unfit, that is not up to the mark, and she might be cursed and stuff like that. But she did not mind it, and nor did her husband, until she lost her husband, and all of the responsibilities of the 5 kids came on her shoulders. Now imagine this: an illiterate woman has to single-handedly raise 5 daughters, and that is when her struggle really, house help, and day and night struggling, going to bed empty stomach, and all of the people around her convinced her that she should get her daughters married, because that is when her responsibilities would start reducing, right? She thought otherwise, and even under these circumstances, under all this chaos, one thing that was very fixated in her mind was the fact that she has to get her daughters educated, and because so that they do not have to undergo what she's undergoing right now. She worked day and night as a house help. She asked her daughters also to work as a mehndi designer. The eldest of her daughter worked as a receptionist, and she herself actually went to bed to empty stomach, just so she could afford the fees of her youngest daughter in a good school. She refused to change their schools because compromising on the education was not an option for her. Later in life, when now everything has been settled, when all of her daughters are married, all of her daughters are educated and working, in fact, so she is diagnosed with stage 2 astrocytoma, which is brain cancer, and but she has made all her daughters capable enough to afford that surgery. So they took her to Palampur and got her surgery done. She used to forget things, and that used to irritate her. Now imagine a solely independent made woman now forgetting things and not being able to even remember where she kept her clothes. That was frustrating for her, but she went through it, went through the surgery when the chances were close to nil of survival. I think I thought that she was mentally strong and she worked hard, but she's physically strong too. She pulled her way through that, and uh, she's fine now. She's recovering. Just day before yesterday, they went for an MRI, but they thought there are certain complications now. But she isn't losing hope. She wants to work again, wants to keep working until the last breath. So that is very remarkable and appreciative, especially because when you see scientists and you see people around you being teachers, and all of these are so inspiring. But a woman who hasn't been educated, having that thought process and struggling her way, navigating her way through all of these obstacles is the most remarkable journey, I think.
Really glad that you brought this story over here. This is a story different. I think one, of course, one of its kind, and a different one. And thank you very much again for bringing this up. I think the story you shared about her life, what she's going through, and what she has been through, and all different stuff. So, how does she inspire you in your personal life? How do you take an inspiration from her?
I think there were chances and instances where she could just stop her struggles. When people around her were convinced that education wasn't important, it was very easy for her to turn a blind eye and ignore that part, get rid of her responsibilities, just get her daughters married. But she didn't. She didn't compromise on her goal. At least her goal was making her daughters educated. She struggled through that. She stopped making excuses, started taking ownership, and that is one of the things that inspires me the most. When I, especially in everyday life, I can make up excuses about my NCC camp and refuse to take this interview. I can even refuse to write a story because it does occupy a part of my work. But if you want your dreams to succeed, you need to stop seeing obstacles as obstacles and turn them into opportunities. So that was one of the things that inspired me the most. And of course, her being diagnosed with a brain cancer and still having the spirit that she does. If you would meet her, I think that inspires me so much. The will to live, even though she has so much struggle. That is amazing.
The last question I would like to put here to you, Shreya, is what does she teach you in your life, and how do you try to inculcate that in your life, and how do you, by seeing her life, she creates in your life, and how do you wish to create impact in somebody else's life?
Definitely. I think she does. That is one of the reasons why she was a woman who actually made 5 women more stronger, at least in a family that she knows. I'm pretty sure she has inspired people in her community as well. But she made sure that she is strong enough, and then she made her daughters stronger than anybody else around her. So I think that also puts into perspective. She took the responsibility and did it, and I think I would like to inspire people in the way she did. I hope I can achieve those things. So she did a lot. She had struggled a lot. I think I have to go a long way to undergo that struggles and make myself as inspiring as she is. But yes, and every single day, I think, I would actually like to credit Wonder Woman for that, because while writing her story is the time I really thought about it, and I realized that she inspired me more than I thought, that her struggles are deeper than I thought. On the surface level, you would think, what is it? It is just she got her daughters educated, that is. No, it's not. The struggle that she every day went through, the economically, sentimentally stuff, and I think that is one of the things that she broke down. She cried. People used to tell her that, why are you so involved in getting your daughters educated? She did cry, but she put herself, build herself again, get her pieces together. I think that is one of the things that also inspired me most. If I fall down, it's okay. let's just begin again. If she can, win all these battles, so can I.
It's a story which I think will create an impact and does create an impact. I request you to please keep on sharing this, and really kind of you that you brought this story up. Since I think we have done around 20 to 25 or maybe more, around 30 to 35 interviews, and I think this was one story which was about somebody else than family, or a lady who's not so famous but different kind. So it's really beautiful. Thank you very much for bringing the story. We're really glad to hear you. Your voice modulation was beautiful. They loved it. Really beautifully executed. Loved it. Thank you very much, and I hope